Yes,
Hands up, thumbs up from someone. Thank you. This is the State Court of Fulton County Orca Status Conference Calendar. I am Judge Melanie Williams. Today is August the 12th of 2022. At this time, we'll check the status of several cases, hopefully take pleas and handle other matters as necessary. All defendants, you have an absolute right to remain silent. Anything you say regarding the facts of your case can and will be used against you. You also have a right to attorney here today. All participants, this particular proceeding is being broadcast over the internet as a live stream. It is also being recorded. That means that any member of the public can log on and watch this particular proceeding. I ask that everyone on this Zoom conference, please be reminded, we are in a formal court proceeding, so you will need to be in a quiet place by yourself, not driving, not anywhere hazardous, just as if you were here in court with us. Also, I see that there are several people without their actual names on this Zoom conference. Please rename your screen so that we can properly identify you. When I call, I'm going to call the entire calendar first. If there is an announcement from the Solicitor General's office besides FTA, I will assume that those who don't show that the Solicitor General is asking for an FTA, unless so indicate otherwise. Miss Helen, I see you here from the Public Defender's Office. Who else do we have? Oh, Mr. Haddad.
Morning, Judge.
Who wishes to have the services of the Public Defender's Office today. As I advised you, you have a right to an attorney. When I would like for you to please look in the chat. Ms. Helen has put the information in the chat. If you would like to have the services of the Public Defender's Office, please look at the chat feature right now. Please send an email to those email addresses. They will send you back an application. If you are unable to print the application or fill it out on your computer phone, please type the answers into the body of the email so that they can determine whether or not you qualify. This is what takes us the longest at this calendar. So if you go and do all of that right now, we can move through this much more quickly. All right? All right. I'm going to call the entire calendar. Nefta Finley.
Good morning, Judge. That is my case. He is also position number 25 on your calendar, Judge. Not sure if he's on, Judge. I needed to speak to him, but that's where we're at, Judge.
All right, you need to speak with him. Is there any announcement for the state regarding this petition? Are there any offers? Whose case is this for the state?
Your Honor, there has been an offer on both of the cases. I've just not been able to communicate that to my client because I've not heard from him. So,
Mr. Dodd, will you give him a call now while the calendar is going on?
I sure will, Judge.
All right, thank you.
and Judge, I apologize, don't want to interrupt you, but how are the solicitors splitting the calendars? Is it just one today?
I see two. I see Miss Githier, good morning, and Miss Marshall Story.
Yes, yes.
You have
good
the
morning,
second
Your
half,
Honor.
Miss Marshall Story?
We're just dividing them in half. I'll take the first half. Ms. Githier will have the second half.
Thank you, Judge.
Usually you have that second half, so you switched it up on me today, but that's just fine. All
All right,
right,
that since Ms. Riley will not be with us for about a month, we will start doing that for right now.
that's just fine. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Victor Canales Hernandez. Rachel Rosier.
Good morning, Your Honor. Robert James, on behalf of Ms. Rosier. She is present.
All right. Is there any announcement from the state, Ms. Marshall Story, for this case? Is there an offer at this time?
Oh, that is my case, actually, Your Honor. And Mr. James and I have been in negotiation. I was just waiting to hear back a response from him.
It's going to be a negotiated plea, Your Honor.
All right, we'll come back to that case. Thank you so much. All right, Joshua Gibson. Randy Meriday. John Van Drent.
Good morning, Your Honor, I'm present.
All right, you need to turn on your camera, Mr. Van Trent. If we can't see you, it's as if you're not even here.
Your Honor, Tom Ford for Mr. Van Drent.
Okay, I'm sorry, you were speaking, sir. You said you're.
Attorney Tom Ford for Mr. Van Drent.
Okay, Mr. Ford, good to see you this morning. Is there any
Likewise.
announcement for the state regarding this case?
Yes, an offer was sent to Attorney Ford. We're just waiting on a response as well on that one.
All right, did you receive that, Mr. Ford? Do you anticipate being able to take a plea in this case as well?
I do anticipate we'll be resolving. I don't know that I've seen the offer. It may have gone to a defunct email. I'm happy to.
Okay,
By
if you
counsel.
resend it, Ms. Githier, when we call the calendar, we'll come back to that position.
I'll put my email in the chat room. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you. Anthony Wilder. Thomas Payne.
Your Honor, Mr. Payne, I believe, is going to be in the courtroom. He does not qualify for the services of the public defender's office.
Okay. As you do not qualify, Mr. Payne, you wish to represent yourself, you have a right to an attorney. Is this Mr. Payne's first time here today? Yes, ma'am. Okay, is this your first time here, Mr. Payne? I am going to do a one-time reset for you if you'd like to see if you qualify or can pay for a private attorney. Would you like to do that, or would you like to go forward today and see if you would like to represent yourself and hear any offers that the state may have for you? Which one would you prefer to do?
I wanted to talk to the.
Okay.
But I mean.
That's more than fine. I'll let you start to the state. We'll come back to you, okay? Thank you. Toshi Shivers.
I'm here.
Okay, Ms. Shivers, do you wish to have the services of the public defender's office?
Yes.
All right, please send that email. We'll come back to you. All right, thank you. Dora Esquivel Banderas. Keelan Walker. Shantia Glover. Austin Joyner.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you wish to have the services of the public defender's office, Mr. Joyner?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you send that email? Please do it now, all right? We'll come back to you.
Oh.
Spencer Wright. Alistair Murray. Antonio Kent. Tommy Banks.
Judge Thomas Flugum, on behalf of the surety on the Tommy Banks matter. I'm in a courtroom in Gwinnett. Can I jump back on here?
Yes, that will be fine. One question, is there an offer for this case as well?
And Judge, I don't represent the defendant. I only represent the bonding company. We're requesting to come off the bond.
Okay, understood.
And Judge, I don't mean to interrupt you. I just want to make sure we have the same calendar. For your position 15, that was a Murray.
Yes.
For your position 16, that was a Leary.
Yes, but that was an all price, so we don't need to address that one today.
Okay, and 17 was Coronado?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Judge. Want to make sure we're just on the same positions. Thank you.
Yes, all right.
I just heard Coronado, ma'am.
All right, we'll come back to Miss, you can hop off. We'll come back to the position for Mr. Banks.
Oh,
And I
excuse me.
understand that the bond is, we're requesting the surrender of the bond.
Excuse
All
me,
right.
Judge.
Who's speaking?
This is Brandon Merriday. I'm sorry to interrupt. I just noticed that I was on mute. And I just am now realizing that. I apologize.
It's position number 5, Judge.
All right, Ms. Meredith, do you wish to have the services of the public defender's office today?
No, I will be representing myself.
Okay, we'll come back to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Leslie Robinson. LaMonica Simmons. Perhaps LaMonisha. Kanisha Hemphill. Harold Charles. Okay, we've already spoken about Mr. Finley. Brooke Buford. Blair Grant. Arthur Talbert.
I'm Mr. Finley.
Okay, yeah, we'll come back, Mr. Finley. We've spoken about that one. All right, Mr. Finley, you need to speak with your attorney. Please contact Mr. Haddad. He wanted to speak with you regarding some potential offers. He said that you had not made contact with him. Please call your attorney. All right, let's keep going. Honesty Hunt.
You just called me, Your Honor.
Present.
Okay, Ms. Hunt, do you wish to have the services of the Public Defender's Office? Are you driving?
No, I'm just sitting here.
Okay. You wish to have the services of the Public Defender's Office?
Yes.
All right, will you please send that email to see if you qualify, okay?
Okay.
Hey, Your Honor, you called my name and then went over it.
Okay, if I've called your name and then you missed the announcement, please wait till the end and I'll come back to you. Give me a second, Mr. Talbot, okay? Sean Green.
Wait.
Present, ma'am?
Okay, do you wish to have the services of the Public Defender's Office?
No, ma'am.
You wish to represent yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Jacoby Dickerson. Shakima Hunt.
Present.
Okay, do you wish to have the services of the Public Defender's Office, Ms. Hunt? Shakima Hunt, Ms. Hunt?
Yes.
I cannot hear you, Ms. Hunt. Do you wish to have the services of the Public Defender's Office?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, please.
Yes.
Okay, please send an email to the information in the chat. So they can-
I apologize, Judge. I didn't want to interrupt you. Is Ms. Hunt Shakima related to?
Yes, that's my daughter.
Hold on just a second.
What's happening?
Miss Hunt, both of the Hunts. One of y'all need to be on Zoom because we're giving too much feedback. So one of y'all need to exit off the Zoom.
Is one of you driving?
Yes.
The mom. We're sitting in the car.
So one of y'all will have to exit off Zoom because you're giving too much feedback.
Okay. I mean, is your phone charging? Fucking on me. Julie, because my phone is charged.
Okay, and one of them is probably not gonna, is gonna be conflicted out if this
That's exactly why I wanted to say that, Judge. We've got two people, the same last name, two cases. I just wanted to make sure both of
Well,
them.
at least let them both apply, because then I don't really know what would happen here.
Okay.
Because if they
That's why
both
we both was
qualify,
on it, because they.
please mute, the one still speaking. What will happen though is if one of them qualifies, we still have to. Ms. Hunt, please mute yourself. And then we'll have to determine from there. It may be that neither of them qualify and we won't have that issue at all.
Okay.
All right, Marcus Bell.
Yes, ma'am. Marcus Bell. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Bell, do you wish to have services in the Public Defender's Office today?
No, ma'am.
You wish to represent yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, okay, we'll come back to you. Antoine Cobb. Antoine Cobb.
Your Honor, normally, just for the court's information, that would be our case. The Ms. Elna Reese, the lawyer listed, was in our office. We've not had any contact with Mr. Cobb. Just want to let you know.
So he would, when you say he would be your client,
It would be.
he qualified for services. You spoke to him once and never heard from him again?
Well, it was, yes, Judge. Somebody in our office qualified him some time ago. These are transfers from another court division. So he is our case. We've not.
All right, please give him a call while we're doing this, please, Mr. Haddad. All right. All right, Robert Stroger. Mr. Stroger is here in the courtroom with me. Oh. Where's that echo? Okay, thank you for muting. Mr. Stroger, you're in the courtroom here with me. Do you wish to have the services of the Public Defender's Office today? Okay, we have someone here in the courtroom, I believe, who may want to apply. If you're not, excuse me, echoing, please mute if you're not speaking to you.
He has an application. I gave it to
He
you.
has an application. Go ahead and fill out that application. Will someone from Public Defender's Office come down to get his application from the courtroom, or will someone be sent? Ms. Helen or Mr. Haddad?
Your Honor, I would request, all I need is a phone number for Mr. Strozier, and I'd be happy to call him if he steps outside. And I'll see if he qualifies over the phone, Judge.
Okay, thank you. All right, I'm gonna go back to Mr. Talbert. Mr. Talbert, you're now here, you're speaking. What, do you wish to have the services of the Public Defender's Office today?
Yes.
All right, please fill out that application. Please send an email so that you can get the application, all right? All right, let's try to do this in the most orderly manner. If I have not called your name, please click the little chat feature that says raise hand so that I can address you. Is there anyone whose name I did not call? Please do not start speaking over the Zoom. Please hit the raise hand feature. All right, iPhone, I've indicated that you need to change your name to your actual name, sir. What is your name?
Jacoby Dickerson.
All right, you need to change your screen name to Jacoby Dickerson. All right. That's
Yes,
the
ma'am.
only way we can do this in an orderly manner, that we're not here all day.
Yes,
Mr. Dickinson, position 31. Do you wish to have the services of the Public Defender's Office today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, please send that email, okay?
How do I go about getting the email from you guys? I've been
The
trying.
email is in the chat. Look at the chat feature and you send them an email. They will send you back an application, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Finley, I called your name and spoke with your attorney. You need to speak with your attorney, not me at this time. So please give Mr. Haddad a call. There is an offer to resolve your case today. You need to discuss that with your attorney, okay?
I don't know how to get in contact with my attorney.
Your attorney is on the Zoom conference
Your
right
Honor,
now.
if I may, sometimes the litigation manager is able to put me in a breakout room while the court is handling other things. That might be the best way, but otherwise I need his phone number. I left the chat for him just now for a phone number for me to call. So however the court wishes for me to do it.
All right, if you would put Mr. Haddad and Mr. Finley in a breakout, that would be ideal.
How do I do that?
You just sit there, Mr. Finley, okay? All right, Mr. Coronado.
17, position 17, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Coronado, your case has been dismissed by the state, so you're not free to go at this time, all right?
Okay, so I'm good.
Yes, you're good. That's the end of your case. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Have a good afternoon. All right. All right, let's go back to position 3. Is there any other person whose name has not been called?
Or anyone else who wants to request the services of the Public Defender's Office?
I'm assuming everyone else is gonna be sending those emails to Ms. Helen and Mr. Haddad so that we're not waiting around. What I don't want is to get back to your name and you're saying I'm still waiting for an email. Chat Ms. Helen if you're having any issues. All right, let's go to position 3 and let's see if we can take that negotiated plea. The case of Rachel Rosier, case number 20 CR 4197Y, in which Ms. Rosier is charged with 1 count of hit and run and 1 count of DUI less safe with the offense date of February the 23rd of 2019. All right, whose case is this again? Is this Ms. Githea?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Githea, will you please give me the state's recommendation as well as a little bit of the factual basis here?
Okay, and also, Your Honor, can I get a copy of the signed plea paperwork? Attorney James, did your client sign it?
Your Honor, we got the plea paperwork yesterday evening. I spoke with my client last night. I didn't exactly know how to accomplish that, given that she's one place, I'm another place. And
if she gives you authority to sign for her, you can do so. You can ask your client now if you have the authority to sign that plea paperwork for her. Have you thoroughly explained the plea paperwork to her, Mr. James?
Yes, Your Honor. I've been over it, and I apologize to the court. The last time I did this during the pandemic, it was sort of an electronic sign where it went to me and then it went to my client, and that was sort of what I was expecting. But so I apologize.
That is also an option if your office uses Hello or DocuSign. If
Yes,
not, only thing we would ask is that this plea paperwork be completed before you're excused from court today. So I guess however you'd like to accomplish it is fine, Mr. James. we just need to have it as soon as practical.
Yeah. So I can sign it. How is it? I guess the
You'll
difficulty.
transmit it to Ms. Githia, and
Okay.
then she'll transmit it to the court for my signature.
Okay. What I was going to explain to the court is that my office is under renovation right now. We're working virtually, and I don't have the capacity where I am to be able to actually scan it and upload it. I suppose I could maybe drive somewhere, take it to the, court later in the afternoon, but I don't, logistically, that's what I was.
Does your client have a printer? Ms. Rosier, do you have a printer yourself to sign your own paperwork? It sounds like your attorney cannot do it for you at this time.
Yes, Your Honor. I have it printed off already.
Okay,
It's in
do
my
you
hand.
have a way to scan it and send it back? Do you have an iPhone?
I do have an iPhone.
iPhones will let you scan it as a PDF if you go into the note feature. So you can fill out your own paperwork, take a picture of it as a scan and send it to Ms. Githia. Ms. Githia, will you put your email into the chat? And then once we confirm that we have your signed paperwork, you and your attorney will be excused. But let's actually go through the formality of taking the plea. All right, Ms. Githia, will you please put the state's recommendation as well as the factual basis onto the record?
Yes, Your Honor. On February 23rd, 2019.
Sorry, may I interrupt briefly? I need to sign off and sign back on. I'm having some computer issues. So while the plea is being taken, Your Honor, I just wanted to let you know I'm going to disappear for about 5 minutes and see what I can get figured out. Okay, thank you.
All right, best of luck with figuring that out, Ms. Marshall Story.
Thank you.
And Ms. Rosier, when you send that paperwork, you'll need to copy your attorney as well, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Githia.
Yes, Your Honor. On February 23rd, 2019, officers responded to a hit and run accident in progress in the area of Ponce de Leon Avenue Northeast and Barnett Street in Fulton County. The officer observed a white Camaro fitting the description given by the reporting officer. I'm sorry, that it's really small. Fitting the description given to the reporting officer. The officer approached the vehicle with his firearm drawn as it was late at night and the driver had fled the scene of the accident and he was not aware, and the windows were tinted. He identified himself and ordered the driver to let the windows down and turn off the car. The driver, Ms. Rosier, did comply and she let down the windows and turned the car off. He asked the female driver to step out of the vehicle. As she rolled down the driver's side of the window, he noticed that her eyes were blood red and she seemed lethargic and confused. He then asked her to step out of the car and at that moment he detained her. The offer is just one moment. The offer is for driving under the influence of alcohol less safe, 12 months to serve 1 day, credit for time served 1 day, the balance probated, $300 fine, 40 hours of community service, alcohol and drug evaluation and treatment, risk reduction course, 1 victim impact panel. The hit and run will be null pros.
All right, Ms. Githia, if you'll send us a null pros. Mr. James, is that your understanding of the plea recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you stipulate to the factual basis venue and ID?
Yes, Your Honor. I stipulate to the factual basis.
All right. Ms. Rosier, I'm going to ask you some questions to make sure you're voluntarily taking the plea. Will you please raise your right hand so I can place you under oath just for the limited purposes of taking the plea? Do you swear and affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge and under the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hands down. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with your attorney's representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did anyone force or coerce you into taking a plea today?
No, Your Honor.
Did anyone offer anything to you in exchange for taking this plea?
No, Your Honor.
And you understand the state would normally have had to prove these charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt, and you're giving up your right to have them do so by taking a plea today.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand that you won't have any further court dates regarding this particular matter.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand the requirements of the sentence, that you will be on probation. You have to pay a fine of $300. You're gonna need to take a couple courses and complete community service. You understand that? Your attorney has explained what you'll have to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. As to the charge of driving under the influence of alcohol less safe, Ms. Rosier, how do you plead?
I plead guilty, Your Honor.
All right, I accept your guilty plea at this time. Is there anything further from either Ms. Githier or Mr. James as it pertains to this case?
The only thing that I would ask, Your Honor, is that the court issue a certificate of first offense or first offender in this first conviction in the case. Ms. Githier is a registered nurse. She's a travel nurse and
Rosier.
and I'm sorry, Miss Rosier, I apologize, is a travel nurse and obviously needs to be able to obtain her work permit as soon as possible from the Department of Driver Services.
All right. All right, if Ms. Rosier, if you'll start working on that plea paperwork, get it to Ms. Githier so that you can go. Once Ms. Githier, once you have it received, please confirm, and then we'll excuse both the defendant and Mr. James. All right?
Your Honor. Yes.
All right. All right, and Mr. James, if there's any forms that you have for my signature, please forward those to Ms. Strong. Will you put your email in the chat? Oh, it's in the chat. It's already in the chat. All right, thank you. All right, we'll be on hold for position 3. Let's go to position 6, the other negotiated plea, the case of John Van Drent. I hope that that's not Ms. Marshall Story's position, is it?
It is
all right.
My case, Your Honor.
Oh, it's yours?
Miss Riley.
Okay, good. All right.
You call Mr.
One second, Mr. Ford. One second. I did call your client. 1 second. This is your case, Ms. Githier?
You said position 6, Your Honor?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna ask you just a little bit of multitasking while we get ready to take this plea. Mr. Ford, I need to discuss the same issue with you. Do you have a way to submit plea paperwork on behalf of your client? Or is your client able to complete the paperwork such that the plea can be closed out today?
I need to call him right now to discuss the state's offer just received respectfully. We'll get off the Zoom and come back to that.
All right.
In answer to your question, I can receive the paperwork and email it to him, and he could sign it. We can get it back to you however he wishes to do so.
Okay, wonderful. I'll let you all take that brief pause, and we'll come back to your position.
We're excused to call. We'll be back. Thank you.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
All right.
All right, thank you. Are there any announcements from the Public Defender's Office? I keep hearing that, I see in the chat that the emails are not working. So perhaps there's some issue there. Ms. Helen or Mr. Haddad, have you received any emails?
I have.
Okay, long as it's working. Mr. Haddad, do you have an announcement for position 1?
Yes, Judge. On both position number 1 and 25, I've communicated the recommendation from the state. My client wishes to maintain a not guilty plea and requesting a jury trial, Judge. That's what we're doing. I told him to join back the Zoom. Hopefully he's back, but that's my announcement. Of course, I normally get the paperwork from the litigation manager and I'll sign everything that's needed.
Okay, but you're gonna sign the scheduling order. This case has been previously arraigned, correct?
I believe so. I don't.
It's pretty old, but I'm assuming that it is.
I'm pretty confident it has been, Judge.
All right, so and you don't believe we could resolve this at a bench trial? You're insisting that a full jury trial be necessary, Mr. Haddad?
That's correct, Judge. That's what my client requested.
All right, then this case will be reset further notice at this time for division judge. Should we find that arraignment has not taken place, Mr. Haddad, would you be willing to enter a waiver of formal arraignment?
Absolutely, Judge. I can file a waiver, an arraignment, not guilty, Judge, just in the abundance of caution. No.
All right, I would appreciate that.
I'll
Thank
take
you.
care of that, Judge.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Finley is free to go. if he is on this Zoom conference. He did appear, so we will not report it as an FTA at this time. Further notice, Division Judge, position 1 and position 25. All right. I am doing my best to keep this in some type of order. Is there any announcements for the Public Defender's Office before I go to the pro se positions? And is Ms. Marshall's story back? She's not quite back. Okay.
Judge
No,
Thomas
Judge,
Flugum, I'm sorry, Judge Thomas Flugum on the Banks matter for the surety. I am back and ready to go forward whenever the court is.
All right, we'll go to you next. Ms. Helen, any announcements?
Yes, Judge, I've emailed several people the applications. I'm just waiting for them to submit it and email back to me.
All right, if you'd like to announce who you're waiting for, that might.
I am currently waiting for Tashi Shivers, position 9, Austin Joyner, position 13, as well as one more. I believe that's it, Judge.
It's not. Okay. All right, we will go back to the position of Tommy Banks. I believe that's position 19. I'm sorry, your name again, sir. Please enter your appearance.
Yes, Judge. Attorney Thomas Flugum on behalf of a second chance bail bonds.
And you're surrendering the bond at this time?
Judge, we are actually asking for relief on the bond. We filed a motion back on August 10th for relief under 17631E. That statute specifically states, Judge, that if the prosecuting attorney does not try the defendant within the period of 1 year in the case of a misdemeanor after we post bond, that no judgment can be enforced against the surety and that we are relieved of the liability on the bond as long as the failure to try the charges is not due to the fault of the principal. And that's 17631E, Judge. This case.
Wait, for a second. I realized something. Is this your case, Ms. Githia? If this is Ms. Marshall's stories, we're gonna have to wait so that we can hear her response. You're muted, Ms. Githia.
That is Ms. Marshall Story's case.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to make, she's not here. The state has to be able to respond to that argument. So let's.
Judge, I'm in Gwinnett in another courtroom in 203 also. I'll go ahead and just deal with this and I can jump back. I know I had 3 different bond issues in 3 different places.
It's good to be busy, isn't it? Okay, we will come back to this position once Ms. Marshall's Story is here, all right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Ms. Hunt and Ms. Hunt, are you all in the grocery store?
Yes.
This is just
it's my
like
grandson's birthday. So
okay, I understand, but this is just like being in formal court. You cannot be walking through a grocery store. Turn off your Zoom cameras, and we will come back to you at the end of the calendar once you're no longer in a grocery store, okay?
Yeah, Judge, and if we need to reset them so that they get opportunity to.
Right, you all.
Because Miss Hunt, I have to send her an application, but she's walking through Walmart. So if we need to reset
you all need to come out of Walmart. You are in court. Go fill out these applications so Ms. Helen can assist you. All right? Because normally you would have had to come down here. Zoom is a privilege. All right.
Okay, we'll go back to the car.
All right, Ms. Helen, do you have any other announcements?
Just that I'm waiting on position 29, Honesty Hunt, for her email and for her to submit the application.
I submitted it for the both of us since we're on the same Zoom.
Hey, Judge.
Isn't that what you asked, Judge? Because you made her hang up.
The application is emailed. I haven't received an email from Miss Honesty Hunt, position 29.
Yes, that's because I when I emailed it, I mentioned the both of us. She's my daughter. I put in the public defender.
She's her own.
She got to send her own.
She has to send her own. She has to send her own.
Okay.
All right.
No problem.
And which attorney did you send that to, Miss Hunt?
It started with a C.
I haven't received that. So go ahead and resend that for us.
Okay, no problem. Can you guys put it back in the?
All right.
Go ahead. I'll message
We're
gonna
keep going. We're gonna keep going. We cannot belabor this point. Miss.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you have the beginning of the calendar.
Yes, Your Honor. I have positions 1 through 6 and 25 through 35.
So you have the beginning and end.
Yes, we're covering for Miss Riley today.
Okay.
For her cases.
I apologize, Miss Githia. Can you give me that you're covering again?
1 through 6, and 25 through 35.
All right, I'm going to ask that you, Ms. Vivier, we're gonna go to the first pro se position that you have. Unfortunately, it's gonna slow the calendar unless Ms. Marshall Story is able to get back on.
Okay.
Your Honor, I'm back on.
Oh, good, thank you. All right, good to see you, Ms. Marshall Story. I'm still gonna go to the first pro se position that Ms. Vivier has. I believe we have the position of Mr. Thomas Payne, who is he still in the courtroom with me? Yes. Now, he's here in the courtroom with me. Ms. Vivier, is there a phone number that he could give you a call regarding this? Like, there is a plea offer in this case?
For Mr. Payne?
Position 8?
There is an offer. Would you like me to state it for the record?
Yes, please put it onto the record. What we're gonna do is if Mr. Payne is interested in taking a plea to that offer, I'll let him speak to you. Mr. Payne, when you speak to the state, I'm directing you not to give the state your defenses. You're not there to tell them about the facts of the case or to incriminate yourself. What you're there to discuss just the plea itself and perhaps negotiate that point, okay? All right, Ms. Vivier, please put the state's recommendation onto the record.
Yes, Your Honor. It is 12 months to serve 30 days, balance probated, 60 hours of community service, family violence intervention program, and no contact with the victim, Alexis Payne.
Did he serve any time at all in Fulton County Jail, or he would have to surrender himself as part of this plea?
I would have to double check on that.
Mr. Payne, did you serve any time in the Fulton
Yes.
County? How long did you
I got a
serve?
lot of, I think I was in there almost 2 weeks.
All right, let's check that to see if he would have any additional time. Assuming that you wouldn't have additional time, Mr. Payne, do you understand what the state's offer is, and are you interested in pleading guilty to that today?
No, ma'am,
Understanding that you have a right to an attorney?
I'm sorry. I did want to ask a question about the first thing she said. She said 12 months to serve, 30 days. I didn't understand it.
Right, so what I'm gonna do is I'll let you speak with her privately, because I don't want to put too much on the record. She'll explain the plea to you, but what I don't want you to do is go in and tell her what happened.
Okay, I
right?
understand it.
You understand? Because you may end up saying something and she'll, use
Use it
that
against
against you.
I understand what you're saying.
So I'm gonna let you speak with her, understanding that you do have a right to an attorney, you just don't qualify for the services of the public defender, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Givier, do you have a cell phone on you today?
Yes.
sir? Okay, if we give Ms. Givier, will you put your phone number in the chat?
Yes.
So that he can give you a call. Ms. Strong, will you write it on a piece of paper? He's gonna step in the hall and speak to her regarding just the plea. And if you want to take that plea, Ms. Givier will announce it and you'll come back to do so, okay?
Okay.
He was correct about the number of days.
Okay, he served 14 days? All right, so.
He got, the person released on 12, so.
So that would be 12 days. So if he served 12 days, Ms. Givier, assuming that he got credit for 2 for 1, that's 24 days. He would still have to serve an additional 3 days. Is that correct, ma'am? I'm bad at math.
That sounds correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so that is the current offer. You'd have to, you don't have to respond here because I don't want you to respond.
I'm just trying to understand what's going on.
She'll explain it to you. All right?
Yes.
All right. So Mr. Payne, have a seat. We're gonna get you a phone number for Ms. Givier.
I'll bring it to you, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's go to the next pro se position. Ms. Marshall Story, since you're back, the gentleman stepped out. He entered his appearance and I did not catch it. For position 19, position 19 is gonna be an argument regarding relief from bond. I just wanted to alert you to that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
I was able to speak with him yesterday. That was an odd procedure to see even documented on Odyssey. So I had to call on my own. The state has no objection to that because we would then obviously be asking for a bench warrant. If the bonding company can't find Mr. Banks, then he has not availed himself to continue this court matter. So the state is requesting a bench warrant.
All right. Once he comes back, we'll do that. All right.
Okay.
Let's go to the next pro se position here on the calendar.
Real quick.
Uh-huh.
Everyone that's supposed to be on Zoom that has that name is on the calendar, y'all need to physically show yourself.
Other than the people who were in the store who I directed to come out of the store and please fill out paperwork. All right, we're going to Sean Green, the position of Sean Green. Mr. Green wished to represent himself. I believe this is Miss Marshall Story's position 30. Mr. Green, position 30. Mr. Green, your case is 20 CR 005717Y, and want you charged with 1 count of simple battery and 1 count of battery family violence. I believe that there's an offer from the state at this time. Is that correct, Ms. Marshall Story?
Your Honor, actually, position 30 is Ms. Githiea's case.
Okay.
But
So-
I can look it up if you give me 1 second in Odyssey.
Okay.
And let you know what that offer is.
Mr. Green, are you interested in taking a plea today? Understanding that you do have a right to an attorney and you could hire a private attorney or seek the assistance of a public defender's office. Do you wish to do either of those things?
I'd like to represent myself, and after hearing the offer, I'd like to give an answer if I wanted to give a plea or not.
All right. In the meantime, do we have any announcements from the public defender's office?
Judge, I've received some applications. I'm following through and trying to qualify those positions. I'm currently calling Mr. Tolbert. And then afterwards, I'll call the other 2 positions.
And
All
Your
right,
Honor,
thank you.
I do have announcement. Mr. Strozier, Robert Strozier, who's in the courtroom with you.
Mr. Strong, stand up.
Your Honor, he does qualify. I will represent him. We're requesting a bench trial in this case, Judge. And I will file the entry this morning, but we're requesting a bench trial in this case, Judge.
Ms. Strong, what is the next bench trial date?
September 30th at 9 a.m.
All right, this case will be so reset to September 30th, 9 a.m. for a bench trial to be conducted.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Strozier, you are free to go, but you'll need to reappear on that date and at that time, okay?
And Your Honor, I apologize. Was it, I didn't hear the time. Is it 1:30 or is it 9?
I think I said 9:30. We're gonna check the time. I believe it's 9. I think all Orca calendars start at 9.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
Oh, it's 1:30? Let's clarify the time. One 1:30? It'll be 1:30, Mr. Haddad.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, the plea offer on Sean Everett Green is on a plea to battery family violence. The recommendation is 12 months to serve 3 days, credit for time served, balance probated, family violence intervention program, 40 hours of community service, and no contact with the victim, Miss Latoya. Loyal.
40. Are you interested in taking a plea at this time, Mr. Green? Would you like to speak with the state regarding that? And Ms. Githia may be free. Ms. Marshall Story, would you be able to speak with him so that we could go back to that other position? I'm just curious. So we Ms. Githia need to retain this position.
I don't mind speaking with him, although the only thing I will tell him is what I just stated, but
pretty much, yeah.
If he thinks there's something additional that he wants to share that doesn't involve the facts and circumstances of his case, then I'm happy to talk to him.
Mr. Green, do you wish to take a plea today?
Yes, ma'am. I'd like to enter a plea and request for a jury trial.
So you want to enter a not guilty plea?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And you're not interested in taking a plea at all to resolve this, even if it was a non-negotiated plea, or you're contesting the incident in its entirety?
I'm contesting the incident in its entirety.
All right, we will reset position 30 further notice to a division judge for a jury trial. All right, Mr. Green, you're free to go. Have a great afternoon, all right?
Yes, ma'am. Can I ask one question?
I'm be careful asking questions, but go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. In regards to the initial case, there was a no contact order, but since that was ordered,
I feel like you're about to start saying something that's gonna incriminate yourself.
no,
Don't.
ma'am, I'm not. I'm pretty content with what I have to say because it's important to ask this question. What would be the process into getting that no contact lifted? Because
You
we
need
are
to speak.
parents.
The best thing to do is to speak with an attorney. I can't give you any advice about how to modify the no contact order that's in place, okay? So now
Yes,
that your
ma'am, Your
case is reset for trial, the best, you have some time, please seek private counsel and ask that question, okay?
Okay, ma'am. So I will be notified on the court date by mail.
However you receive this particular notice to appear today, you'll get that notice that same way, all right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Green, you're free to go. Have a great afternoon, okay? Take care.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you. All right, Ms. Githier, do you have an announcement?
Yes. Well, Mr. Payne just had one question that I told him that about how he could go into the jail. And I told him that that would be a question that he could ask you.
Okay, I'm sorry, position, your question, Mr. Payne, again, I can't really answer any legal questions, but if you have a question about how you'd serve additional jail time, you would have to go and surrender yourself to the Fulton County Jail to serve those additional, how many days was it? 2 days, I believe we calculated.
3, I thought it was 3.
Maybe it was 3, I don't know, I'm bad at math. He served 12, so that counts as 24. So then he'd have additional 6 to serve, right? And then he get the credit for 2 for 1, is it then 3? Or is it the additional 6? I never understood that part. And the jail doesn't have to give you the 2 for 1. So it technically you could end up serving up to 6 more days in the Fulton County Jail if you take this plea.
Oh, okay, can I ask a question now?
You can, I don't know if I can answer it, but go ahead.
Okay, do they have to be concurrent or do I have the choice to turn myself in when I want to?
No, I mean, sometimes there's such a thing as weekend jail, but I've heard that Fulton County Jail is really phasing that out. I couldn't control that. If you had an order to be in the jail, there's not necessarily an order I could put in place that says, let him out after serving only on the weekend or anything like that.
So once I turn myself in, I can potentially be there for 6 days.
Yes, that is the worst case scenario, yes.
Okay, all right.
You don't have to take a plea today. You can, what we can do is you have a right to an attorney. You should probably speak with an attorney about your options here. There are attorneys who will work with you on a sliding scale basis, even though you don't qualify for the public defender's office. Perhaps you can call a private attorney and at least do a consult or something so that they can answer the questions for you that I can't. Okay.
I understand what you're saying, but I work too, so I'm just trying to figure out how can I spend 6 consecutive days in jail and go. I don't want to lose my job behind none of this.
Well, I understand. So I think what you should do, like I said, is I will reset your, what is the next Orca status?
We can put him on November, September 9th.
Okay. Give me one after that. Let me give him a little bit more time. So what is
You want October?
give me an October date for him.
October 14th at 9 a.m.
Okay, I'm gonna reset your case, Mr. Payne, to October the 14th at 9 a.m. You have between now and then to go ask an attorney for some help. There are plans and programs. I just can't direct you or give you that information at this time, okay? Call legal aid, go on the Georgia Bar website, see if you can get some money together at least for a consult to ask these key questions and what you can do. And maybe have someone at least attend this and negotiate this offer for you, okay?
Okay.
All right? There's a lot of attorneys who are willing and able to help you that don't always charge very high fees, okay?
Okay.
And we'll need you to appear October the 14th at 9 a.m., okay?
Okay.
All right, Mr. Payne, your case is so reset, you're free to go.
Thank you.
All right. All right, any announcements from the public defender's office?
Your Honor, may I request Mr. Tolbert to put his phone number on the chat line? I sent him a chat, but Not sure. if you-
Mr. Who? I'm sorry.
Tolbert, Arthur Tolbert, position number 28. If you can provide your phone number in the chat line. Of course, he just
Mr. Tolbert,
disappeared.
please chat your number to Mr. Haddad.
He just exited. And Mr. Finley, you're excused, Mr. Finley. The judge has already.
Oh, Mr. Finley, yes, you're excused. All right. All right, we're gonna go to the pro se case of Marcus Bell.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
All right,
ma'am.
Mr. Bell, you choose to represent yourself
Yes, ma'am.
and you don't wish to seek the services of the public defender's office at this time.
No, ma'am.
All right, whose case is this for the state? It's case number 20 CR 005755Y, in which the defendant is charged with simple battery.
That is my case, Your Honor.
Ms. Givia, is there an offer at this time?
Yes, it is 12 months to serve 2 days, credit for time served 2 days, balance probated, 4 anger management classes, 40 hours of community service, and no contact with the victim, Emmanuel White.
All right, you've heard the state's offer, Mr. Bell. Does that sound like a plea you're interested in taking at this time?
No, ma'am.
All right, do you wish to take a plea at all? Do you believe that you would, what would you like to do at this point?
I would like to request a bench trial.
All right, we will reset this case for a bench, and you're requesting a bench, not a jury trial. What I'll do is we'll reset you for the next bench trial calendar. It is my strong recommendation that you get an attorney before that day, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
If you get an attorney before that day, that attorney might be able to negotiate or reset you to a different calendar, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, what is the bench trial day?
September the 30th.
Okay, your case will be reset to September 30th at 1:30 p.m., okay?
I'm sorry, Judge, Mr. Bill needs to be in person.
And you'll have to come in. We cannot do that one on Zoom. Bench trials are in person, okay?
Yes, ma'am. September 30th, 1:30.
1:30 p.m. Please contact an attorney before then, though. It's not wise or prudent to show up here alone, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a right to an attorney. Please take advantage of it, all right? You're free to go, Mr. Bill.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any announcements from the public defender's office as to whether people qualify or not? Is position 6 back? They are not. Let's go to pro se position number 5, the case of Brandon Meriday, case 20 CR 004486Y, in which he's charged with simple battery with the offense date of June the 17th of 2019. Mr. Meriday, you understand you have a right to an attorney as well. Ms. Givia, will you put the state's plea offer onto the record?
Yes, Your Honor. It is 12 months probation, 40 hours of community service, and 4 anger management classes.
Okay. Mr. Meriday, is that a plea that you're interested in taking at this time?
I am interested. However, I never got an opportunity to actually represent myself. How would I actually go about that? Or should I just take the,
I can't answer that question. If you plead guilty, it does, there are effects of pleading guilty. You'll have to understand the effects of pleading guilty and how that may affect any other open cases you have. And it will be a guilty plea on your record.
I understand, ma'am.
If you, the best thing to do again is you do not wish to see if you qualify for the services of the public defender's office?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I think I'll just I'm gonna take this plea, ma'am.
I don't want you to just willy-nilly, I'm gonna take this plea. You have to understand exactly the effects of it and what that what it means. What we would do is we'll go through a series of questions, but you'd also have to be able to sign paperwork, Mr. Meriday. Are you able to print out paperwork, send it back to the court today in order to take this plea?
Unfortunately not, ma'am. I'm all the way down in Clayton County right now. It would have to be before I can even get access to anything like
Okay.
that.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna put Mr. Meriday on a final plea calendar. Is there a final plea calendar I can put him on? You would have to actually physically come in so that you can sign the paperwork. Okay?
That's fine. If I could do it maybe Monday.
No,
first-
it doesn't quite work like that. I gotta see when the next scheduled plea calendar is.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there?
I put him on September the 9th at 9 a.m.
Okay, you'll need to come actually physically into court on September the 9th at 9 and take this plea. It's my strong recommendation that you at least speak to an attorney before then. Let them review the facts with you and how this will affect you and answer any questions you may have had that I'm unable to answer for you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So September the 9th, you're gonna come in person to the Fulton County Courthouse and we'll expect you to take a final plea at that time, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Meriday, you are free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, have a good afternoon.
You too as well.
All right. Any announcements from the Public Defender's Office?
Yes, Your Honor, for position 28, I'm asking for a one-time reset. Mr. Tolbert is qualified for the Public Defender's Office services. I will enter in my appearance and request discovery videos and for investigation, but I just want it reset to the next available calendar.
And you don't believe we can take a plea today, Ms. Helen?
No, Your Honor, this is my first time meeting Mr. Tolbert, and we need to go over discovery and do some more research before we enter any pleas.
All right, thank you.
So what
You were asking for a reset to just the status, Ms. Helen?
Correct, or the next available calendar.
next status is September the 9th.
All right, so we'll reset to the Orca status September 9th.
Thank you,
All right.
Judge.
All right, thank you.
And I also emailed Ms. Githiaya in the chat, or I messaged her in the chat. I need the offers for several positions, also position 28.
Okay, I'll send those to you now.
Thank you so much.
All right, I'm assuming that everyone else on this Zoom conference is waiting to speak with the Public Defender's Office.
Yes, and Your Honor, is Mr. Tolbert excused?
Yes, Mr. Tolbert, you can be excused.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
All
Mr.
right, Mr. Dodd, a question, going back to the position, Mr. Cobb, who you do represent. Were you able to reach Mr. Cobb?
No, Judge, I have not.
All right. Have you had any recent contact with Mr. Cobb at all?
No, Your Honor. In all honesty, Ms. Reese, who's the attorney that was at our office, she must have qualified him some time ago, Judge. She's no longer in our office. We don't have a file. I look for contact information. I don't have anything at all,
All
Judge.
right.
So.
All right, thank you. All right, as everyone else has submitted their information to the Public Defender's Office. And we're just awaiting an announcement. All right. We'll be on a brief hold until we receive announcements from Mr. Haddad or Ms. Helen.
Your Honor.
Yes, Ms. Marshall.
Are we able to address the gentleman with the bonding company, the attorney? With the bonding
He's not here. He had to go to another, he's in Gwinnett in another court. As soon as he comes back, we'll do that one.
Okay.
And did we get Ms. Rozier's paperwork such that they could be excused, Ms. Githia? Ms. Marshall Story, is your, do you have position 26?
Position 26.
I have-
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I asked two questions at once.
I have position 26, Your Honor.
Oh, you have 26. And also, did you get the paperwork? All right, Ms. Gethier, for position 26, will you give me the factual basis as well as the defendant's history, and also confirm for me whether you got that paperwork?
I have not received any paperwork.
Okay, Miss Rosie or Mr. James, please send that paperwork to Ms. Gethier. All right.
Now, you saying position 26 paperwork, Your Honor?
No. I'm sorry, the position, Ms. Rosier, but 26, I asked for the factual basis and that defendant's history.
Oh, okay. He has 4 cycles, Your Honor. 3 of them are shoplifting. Let me pull up the rest.
He's gonna sit there with us.
I just sent a message to Austin Joyner. If you could send me your cell phone number in the chat on the Zoom, please. Thank you.
And Ms. Gethier, were you also able to find that factual basis for me? Just for that case ending in 6491?
Yes, I'm looking it up right now, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. March 15th, 2019. Brooke Buford entered the Target located at 1275 Caroline Street Northeast. And he was observed for taking various items throughout the store and concealing the items in her blue handbag, as well as scanning lower priced items underneath higher priced items and misrepresenting the value of the items in an attempt to defraud the business. The items she stole was sunglasses, various items of clothing, DVDs, cosmetic items, a blanket, and tools, and a pair of underwear. The total came to $234.27.
Okay. All right, thank you. The court is going to consider that case for a dead docket. The state's position regarding the dead docket for position 26.
Like she has 4 cycles and 3 of them are shoplifting, Your Honor. And she also failed to appear in the division court on July 7th, 2021.
Okay.
So we would request a bench warrant. Yes.
All right, I'm going to consider that case. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, we're going to go to the case of position 21. Mr. I believe it's Leslie Robinson. Mr. Robinson, when I originally called the calendar, did you not hear your name or were you not present?
Yes, I heard my name, but I'm not sure why I didn't get checked in.
Do you wish to see the services of the public defender's office?
Yes, I can.
Please send an email to the, if you've been on this proceeding, you've heard your instructions. Please send an email to Ms. Catrice.Helen@FultonCountyGA.org. The email is in the chat. They will send you an application. All right, do we have other announcements from the public defender's office?
I do, Judge. You're on position number 31, Jacoby Dickerson. He does not qualify for the service public defender's office. He had indicated that he wanted, he should be back. I just spoke to him. That he wanted a one-time reset to consult with an attorney, hire an attorney, since it's a DUI charge, but he does not
Okay.
qualify for the services.
All right, Mr. Dickinson, are you present on the Zoom conference?
It looks like he is, Judge. She's trying to connect on audio.
Okay, it says. Okay, Mr. Dickerson, you will get a one-time reset to the September 9th Orca calendar. At that time, I'm gonna expect you to have an attorney present or proceed and can he hear me? He can't hear me. Okay, Mr. Dickerson,
Yes, ma'am.
we understand that you do not qualify for the services of the Public Defender's Office and wish to have a one-time reset. I'm gonna reset you to the September 9th Orca status calendar, at which time I expect you to appear with an attorney or be prepared to proceed yourself in representing and hearing the offer from the state at that time, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so please come back on September the 9th prepared, and please contact an attorney today, all right?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're free to go. Take care, Mr. Dickerson.
All right. Thank
Your Honor, for clarification, and I've been in and out, but is Mr. Joyner, Austin Joyner, is he requesting, is he wanting to apply for the Service Public Defender's Office?
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right, I'll reach out to him right now, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
I think that may.
Mr. Robinson, yes?
Yes, I have a question. I'm not sure what this case is about before I decide to go with the public defender. So maybe this can already or has already been resolved.
I don't believe it has. Ms. Githia, is this your case? 21, position 21, 20 CR 005446Y. in which Mr. Robinson is charged with 2 counts of simple battery family violence. I don't believe that case has been resolved.
Right. Position 21, Your Honor.
Yes.
Yes, that's my case.
Okay, Ms. Marshall Story, I apologize. And that case has not been resolved, correct?
No.
I didn't believe so. Ms. Robinson, you have 2 counts. You're facing 2 counts of simple battery family violence. And I don't believe that has been resolved. So it's my advice, go ahead and send that information to the public defender's office, okay?
Okay.
Ms. Highland or Mr. Haddad, any announcements?
Your Honor, I don't have any right now. I'm not sure. I think Ms. Helen has been reaching out to the folks. The gentleman that was on right now, I'll contact him once he provide the information.
All right, thank you.
Contacting him.
And confirm, okay, we can go back to the position of the bonding company. We can go back to the case of Tommy Banks. Are both parties here, Ms. Marshall Story, as well as Attorney Thomas Flugham?
I am, Judge. I'm in the clerk's office. Let me step out here and find a quiet
Okay,
corner.
let's try to do this quickly. Ms. Marshall Story, will you please put the states, well, Mr. Flugham, please put a little bit of the factual basis onto the record, and Ms. Marshall Story, if you would give us the state's position.
Absolutely, Judge. We are here on behalf of the surety in the case, a second chance bail bonds. We posted bond on the defendant, and you'll have to forgive me if my dates aren't exactly correct. I have it all here, but I believe it was 2018. Bear with me 1 second. Let me just pull out his. I had 3 of these today, so. Yes, Judge. We posted bond for Mr. Banks back in December 23rd, 2018. Case was not accused until November 2nd, 2020, just under the 2-year statute of limitations that preceded. Obviously, the order of the year would have preceded the order of the court suspending all deadlines pursuant to the COVID. Judge, the state, pursuant to 17631E is required to show, or we're required to show that the state did not try the case or set the case for trial within a year on misdemeanor cases of us posting the bond. And the court's directed by 17631E to grant relief unless it's shown by the state that the failure to try the case within the year's time frame was due to the faults of the principal. Judge, we've not received anything to that effect. It looks like the case was not even set for an arraignment until almost 2 years after we posted the bond in the case. We've complied with the 1-year statutory provision and provided notice to the court. That's what we're requesting relief under. And so, Judge, we're just requesting relief from the bond associated with this case. I believe it was a total of $1,300. We're not doing anything on behalf of the defendant. I'm only requesting that the surety be released and relieved on the liability for the bond.
And Ms. Marshall Story, the state's position regarding relief from the bond, but not assuming any responsibility for the defendant or his appearance here today. You're muted, Ms. Marshall Story.
Your Honor, the state is not disputing the allegations that have been made at this point. We would ask the court to take in mind that we did receive a judicial order that prevented or at least stalled some cases during our COVID outbreak. As long as the defendant is still considered under the jurisdiction of the court, the state will not oppose the bond being, and I'm sorry, I don't know the exact term. What is that, Mr.?
Relieved of liability.
I was gonna say relieved. I thought there was something a little bit more professional.
I've always heard the term, that wasn't a term I heard either, but okay, we'll go with relief today. Relief is so granted. Mr. Flugham, if you would send me any orders that need to be signed, and we will reconsider the defendant's position as to his FTA shortly.
What's the best email, Judge? I'm ready.
There's one in the chat, I believe.
Oh, I can pull it up.
I don't know if you left the Zoom, you may not have it.
Okay.
And for some reason, Zoom doesn't let me copy it. Yes, please put it in. You're gonna send it. Someone is going to the bathroom.
Thank you, Your Honor. And once I receive that, that'll conclude my business to the court if I may be released.
Yes, you may be excused. Take care.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, have a good afternoon.
You too.
All right, going back to the position of Ms. Rozier, Ms. Giffier, is still no paperwork?
I just sent it over to Ms. Strong.
Okay, so we've got that plea paperwork.
I apologize, Judge. Am I interrupting you?
Give me 1 second. Let's
Okay.
see if 1 second, then we'll come to you for announcement, Ms. Helen. I'm just confirming that I got the paperwork.
Oh, yes, Judge, I have it. I'm printing it.
All right, and it's completely filled out? All right, Mr. James and Ms. Rozier, you're free to go. I have confirmation that we have your plea paperwork, all right?
Your Honor, Ms. Rozier did have a question about probation. Traditionally, if she were in court, she would just, go over to the
Right.
next room. Yeah.
Yeah, is there a member of probation on
I put
the,
the information in the chat.
the information is in the chat for probation. You'll need to just give them your contact information so you can begin reporting, okay?
Okay,
I don't
Ms. Rozier.
remember how far up it was.
I'll put it back in.
Oh, here it is. Do you see it?
Judicial probation.
Do you see it? The judicial probation is in the chat.
Yes, ma'am. I'll find it.
All
Judicial
right, and go
probation.
ahead and give them a call today, all right? And normally there's a member of probation on the chat, on the Zoom conference. I don't see one today, but go ahead and reach out to them. That information is there, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Judge.
All right, take care. You're free to go.
All right.
All right, Ms. Helen, your announcements.
Yes, Judge. For position 13, he does qualify. I will be entering my appearance. We are asking for not the September 9th reset date because we're going to want to look at discovery and request that, but maybe 9/24 or one after the 9/9.
All right. And Ms. Helen, you previously indicated on another case that you thought 9/9 would be sufficient.
I did
I'm
too, and then
just-
that's just for the criminal trespass. So the 9/9 on that one is fine. For Mr. Joyner, there's some more discovery and things that I want to see for his case. So we're gonna need a little bit more time.
All right, so we will reset. What is there a September 24th or September?
I'm sorry, what kind of calendar?
It's gonna be a status. Are we expecting that we might be able to resolve it?
Yes, at the
time?
status. Yes.
So maybe status or final plea.
September 30th at 9 a.m.
All right, we will so reset this case to September 30th at 9 a.m.
That's perfect, Judge.
Mr. Joyner, you're free to go. Please keep your information current with your attorney, all right? All right.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Joyner. And Judge, I looked in the chat. There is a Miss Robinson or a Leslie Robinson who requested the PD services. I didn't hear that request.
Your Honor, clearly the defendants don't follow simple directions from the court. Ms. Robinson just said, email me the application. She doesn't provide us any way of contacting her, so.
Okay.
It's actually a gentleman, Mr.
Okay.
Robinson.
It's position 21, I believe, right?
Yeah,
Leslie Robinson?
that's a gentleman. Mr. Robinson has indicated to us all that he was stepping away for a bathroom break. All right, hopefully, when he comes back, we'll direct that to him. Okay, are there, Ms. Shivers has sent her application over. Does she qualify? Ms. Helen or Mr. Haddad?
I'm still waiting on Shivers. Let me just double check.
Ms. Shivers, please send them your information if you haven't already. If you've sent it, please resend because it seems that they have not received it and I don't want you sitting here longer than necessary. Who is iPhone?
I've received Ms. Shivers. I'll review and call her.
All right, thank you.
Tom Ford, Mr. Van Drent, we have
Okay, you
discussed the
bet.
matter. Yes,
Yes.
Your Honor, I would need to, and he's having difficulty getting back on right now. I would need to advise the court and the state. I anticipate this will be a plea as negotiated. He does need to get some matters arranged to be without a license and does have some travel for work. Will be out of the country for a 10-day window in October.
So, Mr. Ford, let me clarify. You're not in a position to take the plea today. You're asking for a
correct.
reset to coordinate and take Is it just that the plea offer is not ideal and you need to do additional?
No,
discussions, Mr.
well,
Ford?
no.
What is it that
No, Your
prevents
Honor.
us from taking today?
He's anticipating a license suspension. He's got small children. He's got to coordinate how he's going to be without a license for some period of time. I don't know what the state's position is regarding what his license suspension is going to be, whether he's at the 120 or the 8 months. But regardless, I know that he's likely not going to be eligible for a certificate of first conviction. That could solve the problem.
All right. Whose case? This is Ms. Githier's position 6, John Van Drent.
Your Honor, I'm here.
Right, I'm just saying you're here, sir. Ms. Githier, is this your case?
Yes, I won't object to a reset while he try to get things in order.
Right, we don't reset it, but I don't want to reset it out too far.
I do know he's going to be out of the country for a 10-day stretch in October, respectfully, for work.
Okay, so if we could do it to the September 30th calendar, would you all?
I'm sorry.
That's not a good one.
Is this for final plea?
Yes. And would Mr. Ford, at that time, will you be appearing in person or will you still expect it to appear by Zoom and complete paperwork that way?
Whatever works for Your Honor and client, I can be.
All right, if we send him to a bench trial, then you have to come in, but if we do another status, I don't have a problem with you all appearing by Zoom as long as paperwork is completed prior to that date so that you actually are able to send it over at that time.
I understand.
They can go to another status.
You said September the 9th is fine. I mean,
September the 9th, give your client enough time.
John?
I had heard the first date was the 30th would be much better. The 9th is a little less than a month away, but I don't want to be greedy here, Your Honor. So I think the farther out would be better.
All right. And your client is traveling in October. Is the September 30th a status or what is that one? That's a bench trial.
yeah, I don't have September 30th.
Okay, no. So with September 30th is not an
Looks
option.
like they have something on September 30th. If they're gonna take a plea, I'll just add it with that day at 9 a.m.
Okay, your client will be reset September 30th at 9 a.m. Please take care of all outstanding matters before then. And please have plea paperwork submitted so that we can just move through that quickly. Okay, Mr. Ford?
Oh, well, Your Honor, I'll reach out to the state by phone to nail down the degree of license suspension that we're looking at.
All right, so September 30th at 9 a.m. you will both be required to appear and hopefully we'll resolve the case at that point, okay?
Appreciate it, Your Honor.
All right.
I'm
Yes,
sorry, what day was this reset for, Your Honor?
September the 30th, Orca status. Final plea, I apologize, final plea calendar.
And did he state that he was going to be leaving out of the country during that time? And I'm asking because if he's on bond, he would need to.
No, following that date. He said October. That's why I was trying to set it for September.
Okay.
So that we resolve it prior to any plans to leave the country.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, September 30th, so reset. Mr. Ford and Mr. Van Trent, you are both free to go.
Appreciate it, Your Honor. Take care.
Ms. Toshi, I'm trying to call. If you could answer for me, and it'll probably kick you out of your phone because you can't do the Zoom call and talk on the phone at the same time.
Yeah, I saw your chat, but I didn't get a phone
Robinson.
call from you. I just checked my missed calls.
Mr. Robinson, they're telling the public defender's office is saying that you're not following instructions. You have to send them an email with some contact information. Apparently you did not. Please send it again. All right.
Okay. I have another question.
No other questions. Please send that email first and then we'll come back to you. Okay. Thank you. All right.
If you can put your cell phone number in the chat, I just messaged you.
All right. I'm seeing, is there? Maybe you first. I see a person with the last name Cato on the Zoom conference. Will you please turn on your camera and identify yourself?
Yes, Shakeithia Cato.
Ms. Cato, did you receive a notice to be here today?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, I believe it's position number 20.
I have Ashley Cato. Are you also
Right.
Ashley Cato?
Yes, ma'am, that's my middle name,
Okay.
Ashley.
All right, Ms. Cato, do you wish to seek the services of the Public Defender's Office today? And to assist you, you have a right to an attorney. You were not here such that I could explain your rights. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say regarding the facts of your case can and will be used against you. You also have a right to an attorney. Do you wish to speak to the Public Defender's Office regarding your case to see if they can assist you?
Yes, ma'am, because I don't actually know why I'm here, to be honest with you.
All right, send an email, look in the chat. There is an email address where you'll need to send information so that they can send you an application, all right?
Okay.
Ms. Helen, if you'll put it in the chat again, please, I thank you, or Mr. Haddad. All right, are there other announcements from the Public Defender's Office, or are we continuing to hold?
I'm speaking to Ms. Shivers now, and if someone can speak to Ms. Cato as she just logged on.
Mr. Haddad, if you could speak to Ms. Cato.
I will, Judge. I've requested that she put her phone number directly in the chat line.
All right, and then there's Mr. Robinson as well. All right. Miss Githia, or Miss Marshall Story? All right, Miss Githia, you have position 18, correct? No, that's Miss Marshall Story. Miss
Correct.
Marshall Story, position 18. Can I have the factual basis in history, please?
Yes, Your Honor. This is position number 18.
Position, yes, Antonio Kent.
Just so I'm clear, exactly what is it that you need? Do you need an offer or?
No, I just wanted to know what the defendant's history was in factual basis. I'm considering it for a dead docket. I'm sure the state will oppose, but I am reviewing this case at this time.
Okay, let me just go in and pull up his factual history. I wasn't prepared to do that. I'm doing that right now.
I know it normally happens at Orca status. We just have so many that end up going to that calendar. If I can take care of a few, I try.
I understand.
All right, Miss Helen, any announcements from you? And are the defendant and cross defendant, the Hunts back? They are not. Mr. Haddad or Miss Helen, did they send any information to you? Okay, I'm assuming they're both interviewing people.
Your Honor, unfortunately, I don't have the defendant's criminal history. We generally have to ask for those items, and normally we get them back pretty quickly. This one I don't seem to have, but I do see that he was given the opportunity for diversion back on August the 8th of 2020. And for that reason, I will leave it to the court's pleasure how the court would like to proceed.
All right, thank you, Ms. Marshall Story. I appreciate that. And we'll hold for any announcements from Ms. Helen and Mr. Haddad.
Your Honor, I have a couple announcements whenever the court is ready for me.
Please proceed, Mr. Haddad.
Thank you, Judge. Your Honor, on Miss position number, Miss Cato, position number 20, Your Honor, she does qualify. I would just ask for a reset, but not for too long from now, Judge. I think we're going to be able to resolve it next time around. The alleged victim is a family member. I understand she may not want to prosecute, but anyway, I just need to gather up some additional information.
Okay, the September status calendar is now full, so the earliest we could set it for would be the October 14th Status calendar.
I apologize. Judge.
You
Is
think
he
it's-
looking to dismiss it? I mean,
No, you expect to take a plea at that time, Mr. Haddad?
No, I don't know. I mean, frankly, I think it's one of those cases, the states,
We'll reset it to October. That's the earliest available date. If you could have guaranteed it would be a plea, we would take, we'd have said it earlier, but,
understand it.
hearing that and that's fine, hearing that you're not confident, we'll reset it. Ms. Cato, you're reset to the October 14th status calendar. You and your attorney are both required to appear at that time. Otherwise, you're free to go for the day, all right?
Thank you.
All right.
Good
Has
judge.
anyone spoken with Mr. Robinson?
I have, Judge. He does not qualify for our services. I just want to mention, I think he wanted to find out what the state's recommendation is. He did indicate to me that he completed the Family Violence Intervention Program. I'm guessing it might have been court ordered through a TPO, protective order, but if he has proof, obviously that would complete that condition, but he does not qualify. He wishes to find out what the state's recommendation is on this.
All right, Mr. Robinson, in case 20 CR 005-446Y, I've previously read this to you. You're charged with 2 counts of simple battery family violence. You have a right to an attorney, but you do not qualify for the services of the public defender's office. Thereby, I'm going to allow you to represent yourself just to hear the state's offer. At that point, if you wish to have an attorney assist you, we will reset your case. Ms. Githia, I get this wrong every time. This is Ms. Marshall Stories. Ms. Marshall Story, will you please give us the state's offer in this case?
Yes, Your Honor. What is that position number?
Position 21, Leslie Robinson.
21.
Mr. Robinson, do you believe you'd like to take a plea today before we make Ms. Marshall's story go through the effort of giving the offer? Or do you already know that you don't wish to take a plea?
See, I'm not sure because I've taken the classes that were required and I've previously married that person. So
please stop talking.
Okay.
Please.
Your Honor,
Please
if
stop
I
talking.
yes, if I may, because this is a battery family violence matter, it sounds as though I do need to have some discussion with defense counsel to see what we can work out. And obviously, I need to talk with the victim about any upcoming potential offers. This
So
would
there's
be
no offer
a
at this
serious
time.
offer if I would give it right now.
There's no offer at this time, essentially. All right, Mr. Robinson, what I'm going to suggest that you do is get an attorney. I'm hearing some issues that are going to warrant that you're going to need some assistance, okay? I don't want you to say anything else to me on the record. As I've indicated before, there are attorneys at Legal Aid and places that may be able to assist you, at least to answer some questions. There is not currently an offer on your case. Ms. Marshall Story, I know that you said that there's additional steps that the state will need to take. Ideally, do you believe that we could reset this to a further status conference? Or do you believe that the best thing to do here is to reset this further to a division judge?
Your Honor, again, I try to be as reasonable as possible, but I can't have those conversations with the defendant.
I understand.
So, if I can talk with the attorney, get some additional information, verify that information, we may be able to come up with an offer. So,
the problem here is
God is it not in agreement. I think one date would be sufficient if that gives him time.
Ms. Marshall Story, I'm sorry to interrupt you. He's not going to qualify for the services of the public defender's office. He's going to have to actually go out and hire an attorney. And work, at this vantage point, it's unclear whether or not that will actually take place. So he may end up being a pro se defendant that the state has to speak with separately. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a longer reset. Mr. Robinson, please pay very close attention to this and please do not delay. Please, Ms. Marshall Story, would you please chat him just your contact information?
I definitely will.
What I would like you to do, Mr. Robinson, is please go find a lawyer today. This is very serious, okay? Give him or her Ms. Marshall Story's information so that they can discuss this case further, okay? And if you do end up having to represent yourself, which I do not suggest, okay? Please
Okay.
do not give Ms. Marshall Story any additional facts, even facts that you think don't mean anything. Sometimes
Okay.
things that we think don't mean anything do mean things, okay? But
Gotcha.
my strong advice is to get an attorney here, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Once you've received the information from Ms. Marshall's Story about how to contact her, you are free to go, Mr. Robinson, okay?
Okay. Okay. So just in case I can't get in touch with an attorney today, how long do I
You're
have
gonna be
to?
reset to the August, I mean, I'm, if you're saying August, October the 14th calendar. So that is your drop dead deadline. So I'm gonna say you need to have one by at least the 11th to give that attorney some time to contact Ms. Marshall's Story and to, ask important questions so that we can get this case resolved, okay?
The 11th of October?
Yes, at 9 a.m.
Okay. Okay. So
Please move
I will have,
quickly though. Don't wait. Don't sit on this, okay, Mr. Robinson?
no. Would I have to come in or
That one will
come
be
into?
on Zoom. That one will be on Zoom again. You can come back on Zoom. You don't
Okay.
have to physically come in. But what happens is if you come back again without a lawyer and you're asking for another reset, you'll get put on a bench trial calendar, which means that the trial will go forward for decisions to be made regarding this case, okay?
Okay. Thanks, Your Honor.
All right.
And Mr. Robinson, I have added my name, Erica Marshall Story is in the chat directly directed to you. So use that information to pass along to your attorney, and hopefully we can resolve your matter.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And Judge, we're ready on position 9.
All right, your announcement, Ms. Helen.
Judge, I'm asking for the September 30th reset. This is a DUI that she does qualify for the public defender services. So I will be entering my appearance. I want to get all the discovery for this case. So I am requesting that September 30th just to make sure that I can get all the discovery for her case.
That date might be full.
Okay, or
unless we expect it to take a plea. Do you expect to take a plea at that time?
No, Judge, we don't. It's a DUI, so we just want to give it enough
We're
time.
We're gonna reset it to the October 14th status.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Ms. Shivers, you're free to go. Please make sure your attorney has your contact information, okay?
I do. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. I believe we've completed the calendar. For those here, as I received information that none of these people have appeared before, these are the first time that they've been set to any Orca. They will be reset to an Orca show cause calendar, whereby FTAs and bench warrants will be more seriously considered. I will not dead docket any cases at this time. Are there any other outstanding matters before we review the calendar?
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Mr. Robinson, yes.
Am I good to go?
Yes, you're free to go. Do you have Ms. Marshall Story's information?
Yes, I do.
All right, you are free to go. Ms.
Okay,
Strong,
thanks.
will you review the calendar for me?
Could I ask one quick question, Your Honor?
Yes, you may.
For position 5, I did not get Mr. Mereday's email address, and I know that he accepted the plea. So is it okay if I just send the paperwork to the litigation manager? Because I do believe you stated that he needed to appear in person on September 9th.
Right, so yeah, that should be fine.
Okay.
And when he comes in, he can fill it out.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Can you all hear me?
Could you speak up just a little bit louder?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me now, Ms. Marshall Story?
Yes.
You probably hear the printer.
Oh, yeah, probably picking up the printer.
Sorry, I'm losing on. Position number 1 is the reset jury. Position number 2 did not appear, so they will be reset for September the 23rd. Position number 3 took a plea. Position number 4 did not appear, reset for September the 23rd for a show cause calendar. Position number 5 is reset for September the 9th for a final plea. Position number 6 is reset for September 30th for a final plea. Position number 7 did not appear, will be reset for September the 23rd. Position number 8 was reset for October the 14th for a status calendar. Position number 9 will be reset for October the 14th for a status.
Could you slow down just a little bit, please? Thank you.
What number didn't you get?
I got number 8, 10, 14.
I'm on number 9.
Oh,
I'm
she was
saying I
saying
last
that
got
they're,
number 8, and that was 10, 14, correct?
no,
Position-
number 8. Yeah, that was 10, 14.
Position number 9 is reset for 10-14 for a status calendar. Position number 10, 11, and 12 did not appear. They will be reset for September the 23rd. Thank you. Position number 13 is reset for September the 30th at 9 a.m. for status. Position number 14 and 15 did not appear. They will be reset for September the 23rd. Positions number 16 and 17 were null crossed. Positions number 18 and 19 did not appear. They will be reset for September the 23rd. Position number 20 will be reset for October the 14th for status. Position number 21 will be reset for October the 14th for status to hire an attorney. Position number 22, 23, and 24 did not appear. They will be reset for September the 23rd. Position number 25 was waived jury. Position number 26 and 27 did not appear. They will be reset for September the 23rd. Position number 28 will be reset for September the 9th at 9 a.m. for status. Position number 29.
That was the family that was in Walmart. They never came back on the call, Judge.
Are you resetting them for show call?
29. One question, Ms. Allen, before we do that. How, had they submitted applications?
Neither one. I received no application from.
Right, I know, but had they submitted it, one of them would have been conflicted out anyway. Were they cross defendants? I'm assuming so.
I wasn't even sure. I was gonna look into the accusation in the case.
Ms. Marcia Story or Ms. Gibbia, are you able to tell me the answer to that? Whether or not Ms. Hunt, which was position 29, the honesty hunt, and then her mother, position 32, were they cross defendants such that the public defender's office couldn't assist both of them anyway?
But there was a situation where they both went and attacked someone else allegedly.
So they're still cross defendants, correct?
Correct.
Somebody would be conflicted out.
Yes.
Okay. And you didn't get any information, Ms. Ellen. We'll reset them one time to the, I'm gonna assume that they're just didn't show. We'll mark them as they didn't come today. They'll be reset to the Orca show cause on the 23rd with the presumption that they didn't show one time. And if we could note that they came but did not fulfill any requirements, because I'm sure when they come, they're gonna say that they came here last time. So, all right, I'm sorry, please continue.
Position number 30 was waived jury. Position number 31 has been reset for September the 9th at 9 a.m. for a status calendar and also to hire an attorney. Position number 32 is reset for September the 23rd. Position number 33 is reset for September the 30th for a bench trial. Position number 34 will be reset for September the 23rd. And position number 35 will be reset for September the 30th for a bench trial. Any comments, changes, corrections, or questions?
I apologize. Did 35 not qualify for the public defender services?
He did, and
He does qualify.
Okay.
I'm gonna represent him.
Understood.
all right. Any other comments, changes, corrections, or questions? Hearing none, will be in recess until the next Orca calendar, which I believe is on October it's been a day of October and August. The next Wednesday's Orca calendar. Everyone take care. Have a great afternoon. If there's anything outstanding, please send it to Ms. Strong.
Have a good day.